Hey guys, welcome to Session 7 of Introduction to Linux OS. My name is Kevin Downs, and as always, I'm excited to be your instructor for this series. Let's go and get started here. So today we're going to be covering multitasking and batch processing. So in Session 6, we covered a lot of things, kind of just scratched the surface on them really. So we went over input and output redirection in pipes, command separation and grouping, background execution, file name expansion, shell variables, command substitution, quoting and escaping meta characters, Z shell features, fish shell features, command execution, startup files, and finally customizing the user environment. Today, we're going to be covering multitasking, scheduled execution using cron, and the at and batch commands. So once again, we need to look at a little more at the multitasking environment in Linux and some of the data structures that make this possible. Because as we discussed in our last session, Linux is a multi-user system, which means multiple people and many people are going to be running processes and jobs on it. So the system needs a way to organize and take care of all these. So Linux and every other Unix variant manages multitasking by using a variable that keeps track of how much CPU time has been used by the task. And this variable is going to be IRQ, okay? And IRQ stands for an interrupt request. So each time an interrupt is sent to the IRQ, or interrupt request, 0, the variable decreases, and when the count is 0, the task has to be switched, okay? Or something needs to be done to free that up. So we see here in our little chart, in our little graph, we have our sleep queue. We have task interruptible and task uninterruptible, okay? So we have resources available, so the task runs, there's CPU available, CPU's running, and then coming back, we're waiting for the CPU and the task to run, and we're waiting responses, and then it's back in the sleep queue, okay? So every processing job is given cycles on the CPU, okay? It's given cycle time. And it can only run when its time is available and up, okay? So let's look at scheduling execution using cron, okay? This is one way to kind of keep the resource usage low on your machine. You can schedule jobs using cron. So cron tab is found in a Unix-like operating system and is used to schedule commands to be executed periodically. Each line of the cron tab is separated by a job and contains information on when the job is to be executed. To view the list of cron jobs for a user, open terminal, run cron tab-L. To edit the list of cron jobs, run cron tab-E. So let's go ahead and look at that. So I'm going to do cron tab, CRONTAB space -L or list. And you see there's no actual cron tab for me yet, but let's go ahead and do cron tab-E. And we're actually going to use, let's go ahead and use this, let's use the Vim basic one. Okay. You see there's a little bit of info here. You can read through that if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down and go into insert mode. So remember, we're in a Vim file right now. So to actually start typing in, I need to click I on my keyboard. Now I'm in insert mode. I'm just going to press down a little bit so we get a little bit more room on our screen. Perfect, okay. And now I can actually start adding jobs into our cron tab here, okay? I'm going to exit out of this, go back to our PowerPoint. So do escape, remember to get to command mode, and then colon. Okay, so escape, colon, and then Q exclamation point, because we didn't make any changes and I don't want it to save any changes. And I'll exit out, okay? Go ahead and clear my screen here. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. So how is cron actually set up? We see here in our next PowerPoint that the command opens the default editor to write or edit the cron tab. And cron jobs are written in the following format, okay? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 placeholders here, and then the command to be executed, okay? So in this first placeholder here, this little asterisk or star, this represents the minutes, 0:59 in an hour. The second one, you see here, represents hours, so hours 0 through 23. Remember in Linux, everything's written in military time. And then the third placeholder here equals the day of the month, 1 through 31, okay? Not all months will have 31 days, obviously, but depending on the month you select, it will know which day you want. And then the fourth one here, we have months 1 through 12. And then the last one here, day of the week, 0 through 6, 0 representing Sunday, okay? So let's head back to our virtual box here. Let me open my cron tab again. We go all the way down. Oops. Insert. We're just going to create a little space for ourselves here. Alright. So let's say that I want to create a job for, I don't know, let's say like 8:30 in the morning, the first day of the month in February on a Tuesday. Okay, so remember that first spot, it's going to be in a minute. So since we're doing 8:30, I'm going to do 30 minutes into the hour, space. I'm doing 8 a.m., so it's the 8th hour in the day, space. I'm doing February, which is the second month, so 2. Oops, sorry, I missed one here. So the third spot is actually the day of the month, okay, and I want to do the first day of the month, okay. And then it's month, so I'm doing February, so 2, second month of the year. And then day of the week, 0 through 6, okay, and I want to do it on Tuesday. Remember, 0 equals Sunday, so 0 would be Sunday, 1 would be Monday, and 2 would be Tuesday, okay. And then I would type in my command. So I could actually do, let's say I want to execute the, let's say I just want to do the date command. So I would just type in date. And that would be it. I can also type in a script I write up, so I can do /bin/bash, and then let's just say my script is called collect.sh, okay? So this would actually be the path of my script. So once it says time, day, month, and everything pulled up, it would run this script on that day, okay? Now if I wanted to keep those changes, I would have to write and quit, okay? So I'd have to do escape to enter command mode, write and quit. I'm not going to do that because I don't want this job to actually run. So instead, I'm going to do quit exclamation point because I don't want anything to save. Okay? So that's how cron works. Let's go back to our PowerPoint and let's actually check out the @ command. So the @ command schedules a command to be run once at a particular time that you normally have permission to run, okay? So @ commands are only going to run one time. Cron jobs will run every single time for the date, time, and month, and etc. that you specified. The @ command can be anything from a simple reminder message to a complex script. You start by running the @ command at the command line, passing it the scheduled time as the option. It then places you at a special prompt where you can type in the command, or a series of commands, to be run at your scheduled time. When you're done, press Control-D on a new line, and your command will be placed in the queue. So here's an example of how the @ command works. We say at 9:30 p.m. Tuesday. It would then place us at a special @ prompt, which you see here. It would look like this. And then here we type in a simple echo command, which echoes a string of text. We would press enter, and we're placed at a new @ prompt. We then can press Control-D, telling that we're done with all our commands, and it then tells us our job is job number 1, and it will run next Tuesday. Okay. We could also do another example here at now in 10 years from now. Let's go ahead and go back to our virtual box. Let's just see how that works real quick. Oops. There we go. Let's clear our screen real quick. So we're going to do at 9:30 p.m. Tuesday. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so @ is not actually installed right now, and it actually tells you if you want to use that command, you can install it this way. So let's go and do that. I'm going to grab this here, copy, copy, paste. So I'm going to actually install that command. Yes, please install it. So it's installing the command here. See a little progress bar. And there we go, it's installed. Let's go ahead and clear my screen here, get a little bit of space back. Let's run that command again. At 9:30 p.m. Tuesday. And you see we get a special prompt here. So now we're at this little at prompt. We're just going to say, at that time, echo, hello, it is 9:30 p.m. Tuesday. And that's it. I just wanted to say, hey, hello, it's 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday. It's just going to tell me that. I'll hit enter. And I can type in another command here if I'd like. Okay. But I'm just going to go ahead and press Control-D, say, hey, I'm done. It tells me, okay, job 1 at Tuesday, August 18th, at 9:30 p.m. is going to execute. Okay. Let's head back to our PowerPoint. So that's how the at command works. That's how the cron command works. Okay. So that's just an efficient way to manage the resources and jobs on your system. Okay. If you need to run something every day or you need to run something every other day, you know a scheduled time that needs to be run. You can set that up ahead of time. That way you're not trying to run everything at once, and it's a little bit easier on your system and on your CPU. So in summary, we checked over multitasking today, scheduled execution using cron, the at and batch commands. On the next session, we're going to examine and compare files. We're going to report differences between files, compare files of any format. We're going to display data in octal and hex. We're going to look at compressing data. Don't be afraid to check out our private tutoring sessions for system administrators. We have weekly and monthly plans available. We also have Linux and Bash scripting, private tutoring sessions available. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, for session 7 here. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you're starting to get comfortable with this system, and I hope you're having fun. I look forward to seeing you in session 8. And I'll see you later, guys.